Hi, this is a video of my Eva's Pride peach from Dave Wilson Nursery. It's multi-planted with another tree here, a honey-kissed nectarine also from Dave Wilson Nursery. So one side of the planting is yellow peaches and the other side is yellow nectarines. I had purchased these trees and planted them in March of 2016. The Eva's Pride peach started producing fruits for me the very next year. I did go ahead and thin out most of the fruit so I could let the plant focus on building a strong root system and strong branches as well. And then in the year 2018, which was 2 years later, I did get plenty of fruits from this tree. Um, it's a beautiful tree. It's very low chill. It's less than 300 chill hours, and as early as February, it's loaded with blooms. It looks incredibly beautiful that time of the year, and then it does set plenty of fruits, and you have to aggressively thin it so you don't break your branches because the tree does tend to overproduce fruits, which is a nice problem to have. um, as far as the peaches go, they are huge in size. They're incredibly juicy, and they have this lovely peach aroma as well. The only downside for me with this peach has been the sweetness, and I'm working on improving the sweetness. In this video, you'll see that I have all of these fruits bagged up, and I'm using two kinds of bags here. One are the organza bags that I picked up from Amazon. Another are bags that are specifically meant for bagging fruit trees. And the reason why these fruits have been bagged is to protect it from birds and squirrels. Unfortunately, the birds are still able to peck through these bags, and the squirrels steal the fruits with the entire bag itself, and then they bite and chew through the bags to get to the fruit. So the bags didn't really help. The only nice feature about these bags is once the fruits are really ripe, instead of falling onto the ground, they fall into the bag. So you get perfectly tree ripened fruits that just fell off the tree, but they're undamaged. And this specific peach, my favorite quality about this Eva's Pride peach is the amazing peach flavor it has. Even though the sugars are fairly low on this peach, the peach flavor in the fruit really makes up for it. And look at the size of that fruit. It's huge. It's a beautiful color. And when these peaches are really ripe and you cut it open, it's got a lovely red blush on the inside as well. Now, this particular peach measured 12 bricks, and even at 12, it was really good. The year before this, when I measured my bricks, it was much less than that. I think it was between 6 and 9, and it was not sweet at all. This year it was much better, although I would prefer for it to be at least at 20 plus bricks. So it's like really sweet, in addition to being juicy and having that wonderful flavor as well. Another thing that I wanted to mention is all of those yellow leaves that you see on the ground. It's not fall or anything. It's only June, but all of those yellow leaves are because of a mistake that I made. I sprayed some neem oil in my backyard because I noticed some pest issues, and in hindsight, I shouldn't have sprayed it on any of my peaches or nectarines because even though I had sprayed only 50% of the recommended concentrations, it was fairly diluted. Even then, the peaches and the nectarines just couldn't take it. So in the summer, never spray your peach or nectarine trees with neem oil. And I had used the safer brand neem oil, which I've used many times in the past in the winter, and it works just fine and it's pretty effective. But in the summer, it's a bad idea. It didn't cause any damage to my apricots or my grapes or my apples, but the peaches and nectarines are just really sensitive. So, lesson learned, don't spray neem oil on peaches and nectarines in the summer. Now, on the topic of improving the brix or the sugar levels in fruits in general, I did get a lot of advice from a lot of folks, and one thing that was a common pattern was watering. And the guidance there was don't water your fruit trees like you would water a lawn, which if you give it too much water like you do to a lawn, then the fruits are just going to have way too much water content, which means it's not going to be sweet. So I did reduce the watering considerably this year. My trees get watered only once a week, and only from March to October. And once it starts raining here in California, I stop watering them. That did help a little bit. And I was also asked to work on thinning more aggressively, which I did this year. I also added some supplements, some potassium, some humic acid, some amino acids, and some seaweed extract. I don't know if supplementing made a difference or not, but compared to last year, this year my brix overall has gone up, and the fruit is definitely more tastier than last year. But I was still expecting the bricks to be even more higher. Next year, what I'm planning to do is pretty much rip off the lawn, be even more aggressive on my watering schedule, maybe water just every other week, and cut down on the number of gallons of water that the tree receives as well, and then see if that is going to improve the sugars some more. But other than that, this year was a great harvest. So blessed to have such a lovely fruit tree in my backyard. Thank you so much for watching.